You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's The Challenge Rivals 2 After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's The Challenge Rivals.
You won't play me, or Instagram nigga trying to shade me, but your bitch at home trying to play me. I'm Nicki and Weezy and Baby. Me and fuck you and your lady. Gun butt you cause you shady. Now which bitch want it? Cause that bitch get it. I gave them to you, bitch. Don't fucking I just went through a breakup.
Oh, yeah. Yo, what up, AFTERBUZZ? It's Bigness we're doing, and we are here doing another AFTERBUZZ TV after show for Rivals 2, The Challenge episode 11, True Colors. True Colors. And that's what
we should have played. What the hell?
Girl, bye. That was so much more crack. It's your boy, DJ Jesse Janedy, joined in studio by my colorful co-host, Nicolette Gaona.
Yeah! What's up, everybody? What's up? Twerk team in the building.
Excited. Okay.
Twerk team out. Oh, Trey, you ain't there yet, but you'll get there.
Oh, we're gonna have a huge
Mike,
twerk
what's up?
competition, so stay tuned. Roxy Striar.
Hello. Hi, guys.
She's back from the beam.
I'm back.
Yay!
The one, the only Sir Mark Long. Here from his Pocket Protein tour.
Pocket Protein.
Boom. When are we getting some of our Pocket Protein?
I'll bring it in next week.
And we're gonna. I want to do.
I want to try it.
I want to do Pocket Protein live on camera.
I'm gonna blow some Pocket. You know.
I don't know about all of that, but we
Put it up the
need,
kazoo.
And there's no need to fret because we still have our lovely team. He's rocking Team Couch today. Trey Weatherholt.
Team Couch, baby. Team Couch, baby.
Trey's looking like a high school football coach.
I got my notepad here. I'm ready to call in the plays from the best seat in the house.
I love it. It's got a good look going.
He actually he does have. You do have the best seat in the house. It's almost like watching us online.
I mean,
in the studio.
Halfway through this, I'm probably going to be laying down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you'll probably be laying down because I don't know if you guys watched a couple episodes ago, but Trey mentioned something about twerking, and so we kind of put a challenge, and he's been training, and as we know, Mark and Nicolette hold the twerk team championship.
My middle name is Twerk. Mark Twerk Long.
And Sensei don't play.
Mark Twerk Long Time. And we're gonna have a twerk off tonight, so stay tuned for that later on. But let's get into this damn episode. I'm so glad you guys are here because last week we were going through it talking about damn Diem and CT.
I know.
I loved it. What a very exciting episode to come back to. I mean,
Tonight?
There's a lot of twists and a lot of turns.
I just was speechless the whole time until I was screaming, cheering. It was amazing. Tonight's episode was literally amazing, except for the fact that we didn't get. It was amazing. About to me, but we didn't get we didn't get a challenge, so I hate that. But everything else was incredible. So.
The challenge is this. The challenge was this damn relationship that Diem and CT got going.
What relationship?
Or lack of.
Just went through a breakup.
Oh yeah. Okay. They didn't even break up yet. They weren't even together. This bitch didn't got played.
No, okay.
Was it all just part of his game?
Well, that's what we're gonna come to.
Was it all just part of his game?
Let's see. I mean, at the all right. So at the beginning. Roxy, raise your chair.
Oh,
Hate
me,
to call you out.
my little midget self. I'm coming up. I'm coming up.
There you go. All right, let's talk about the beginning.
I need the
we got
phone book.
CT and Diem flirting around in the pool. He was gonna almost kiss her, and then he threw her back. That was a good one. And then Diem goes off to the side and says, I feel really full when CT's around. Like, does he feed you? How do you feel this way?
Oh, shut up. You know what she means. Like, she feels complete.
He completes her.
If the feelings were reciprocated, that would be romantic and
True.
endearing.
You're laughing on the couch. Why do you feel that way?
Just because you guys are funny.
She loves
Team
it.
Couch enjoys it.
Team
okay,
Couch.
you've been a CT Diem fan.
Yeah, no, I really have.
She loves
Yeah,
CT.
you too. I think like the women in us are like loving love, so we want them to work out.
Well, not like
Are you over it yet, though?
But tonight's episode, first of all, I felt bad, and then I wanted to smack Diem. So it's like smack her sense. I don't know. Like I just can't exactly tell whether I think it's all real, whether he's the jerk, whether she's the jerk.
Nicolette would have helped you.
Well, this is my thing. Okay.
What is your thing?
Let's just, back to the last episode we watched, and I was like, okay, this girl is getting on my damn
last
nerves.
episode.
Okay,
really.
If you watch that and then you go into this one, and this girl is just over talk. I think she loves hearing herself talk. You know what I'm saying? About CT and about this whole situation. She is not afraid to talk about that. And honestly, it's just gotten to the point where it's just like this high pitched, like, girl, we don't care how you're feeling about CT, because at the end of the day, he don't give two fucks, like we all said.
You really think he doesn't give two fucks?
No.
At this point,
he doesn't
no.
at all.
And I think Johnny finally, it's funny because, you, Johnny, CT, it's like you guys have a somewhat of a bromance thing going on in the house where you guys all like understand the game. So for Johnny, who obviously after last week is fighting with CT now, he's kind of like, all right, you know what? Maybe the game's going a little too far, guys. Like, Diem, you need to calm down. He's playing you. I mean,
you think that
is that a step that you would have taken in the house, or would you just be let them do what they do and let the kids play?
And Trey, you know this. Johnny is the king of stirring up the soup when he's not involved.
So you think he's actually like trying to be devious, or he cares about Diem's
He's an instigator.
But he's an instigator, and he'll say it himself. He loves being the guy that goes against the grain. But I think there was maybe an ounce that he could care about Diem, but I just think it was more about stirring up the house and making CT feel uncomfortable having Diem go up and talk to him. So I don't know. It's kind of tricky.
Had he not gotten in that argument with CT the week before, do you feel like he wouldn't have thrown CT under the bus?
Well, the funny thing about them is they'll argue, but if you notice, sometimes they'll like chum out.
Yep.
Like in the pool, they'll chum out, even though they argued last week. Like you could kind of like, it's just how they are.
Like brothers.
Yeah, it is like brothers.
Yeah, and my thing is like I'm kind of irritated at CT though, because if you've seen from other episodes, I feel like he tries to fight with Diem, and then when Diem's trying to actually like talk to him or whatever, he's like, nah, like it's whatever, I'm over it. Like, it's like, okay, let me yell at you, let me bitch at you, let you know how I feel.
It's a game of power, of course, because honestly, anytime she gives in to him, then he pulls away. When she comes to him and actually needs his help, he's like, whoa, I was trying to flirt with you and you weren't having it, so no, I'm not going to do it. But then when she backs off, he like is on the prowl.
Yeah.
It's funny that you mentioned that.
She was looking real crazy tonight, though.
That she needs her help, because we need your help too, guys. We need you guys to go onto iTunes. I just thought that was such a great transition.
Segue.
We need you guys to go onto iTunes and help us get to #1 on iTunes podcast.
American
Just type
Idol.
in AfterBuzz TV, the challenge.
Yeah.
Subscribe, rate, leave us a comment. We'll love you forever, life. Just please do it. Support us here at AfterBuzz TV. And while you're also doing that, make sure you guys check out The Adventures of Serial Buddies on iTunes and purchase it and support us here at AfterBuzz.
Yeah.
Okay.
My buddy Julio, DJ Julio Garcia, is watching, so go to iTunes, Julio, and start doing some shit.
All right, Julio.
He's online right now.
Big shout out to Julio.
And then
Shout out.
after that, make sure you guys check, buy some Pocket Protein online.
Yeah, pocketprotein.com.
There you
Free
go.
shipping this week.
Okay.
I wish I had something to shout
You
out.
coming next week?
Yeah, I guess.
I would support
since they
Pocket
don't play,
Protein if you would let us try
go to
some.
the internet, download,
Bring it
my
next week.
music,
Since don't play.
Since they
Since
don't play.
don't play.
Is there anything else we could possibly plug right now?
What do you got?
No?
Okay, well,
moving on.
I want to plug Paula getting really angry.
You want to plug
earlier.
Paula? I think we all want
I think enough people have plugged Paula. I'm just kidding. Paula's wanted enough people to plug her. I don't know if she's actually gone through and plugged
Oh,
her.
she's cute.
nice
Girl's
try.
body is banged.
No, because
too.
really, after that one season when she was trying to hook up
It
with
was.
Mike.
Okay, all right.
When she was trying to hook up with Mike from
Cute
Vegas.
little situation.
I can't.
It was kind of a cute situation.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
And then we have Camilla. She was preaching to all the girls that we need to stick together.
Bitch.
You with
But the
the
bottom,
agenda.
but I think Paula was sort of beating around the bush, because the honest to God truth is when the numbers are that low,
You can't stick together.
Someone's gonna get their feelings
Right.
hurt, and it's like you got to just put your. I mean, it sucks because you're there and you're all heated up, but like someone's gonna get their foot stepped on and feel
And that's why I
pain.
didn't understand why Camilla got so angry at the end, because it's like obviously one team has to go in.
Right.
I guess. All right. Never mind. I did understand.
No, I mean, Camilla's sitting there being like, really? You think you can beat me? I don't
Yeah.
think that's what Diem was saying. I think Diem's saying, look at Paula and Emily.
Yeah,
I'm
I think
scared
that.
shitless of them. Like anybody should and would be. Paula and Emily are an absolute powerhouse.
Oh, well, we'll get to that a little later, because. Well, Paula's really upset because she feels people will not be friends.
Yeah.
Is that genuine?
The close ties
I
of
thought that was
friendship will be
genuine.
broken.
Is she like that really, or is that just like
how great foreshadowing was that for the episode?
Yeah, what did we talk about in the viewing room though? Is that like a lot of times during these conversations, people know what they're saying is going to make a trailer. They know what they're saying is going to make an episode. And I'm not saying that what she said was premeditated, but there's some times where you walk away from a conversation and you're like, yeah, I know that's going to get airtime. Like, I know that's going to be on the trailer.
And you guys remember, do you remember when they used to do dailies online? They did the dailies. Every time, like when we did, like, you think that's going to be a daily? That's what everyone would say. That's going to be a daily.
You know it's going to make it. You know it's going to make, like the challenge that Zach and I came in last on, challenge number 5, when Zach, like, when he did the flips, he did like 3 flips and landed in the water on his face. When we swam over to the edge, the first thing he asked me was, do you think I made the trailer? And I was like, there's no way you didn't make the trailer. And he did, if you go back and look. So people know when they say things, when they do things, you kind of get a hunch that this is definitely going to get some airtime.
And the funny thing about it is the challenge house is, like Camilla and them were upset and she was, fighting with them. But like as soon as it's over, as soon as they all show up at the reunion, everyone starts drinking, everyone's BFFs all over again. It's
kind of hard for you guys to have the reunion and kind of bring up those past
they'll come in and they'll say, listen, we want you to put your mindset back then at the end of the challenge. I know you guys have been drinking for 5 hours, ready, but like be there. Like even on the after shows. That's been months since then. I'm sure you saw CT and Diem in the preview, but like they try to get you back in that zone. It's hard sometimes to do because
they just did the VMAs together as well. Yeah. So a lot of people don't know that. Johnny, CT, Diem, they were all at the VMAs together. So there's so many things that we're doing after the shows that people don't get to see during the episode. So this has already been filmed months ago.
Are grudges ever held? Like you're saying everything kind of gets dropped.
You know what? I talked to Kenny the other day on the phone. Kenny still hates Wes like you wouldn't believe. Those kind of grudges, like
even Leroy
hates Wes right now. Hates.
There's a little more fresh though. Like Kenny and Wes haven't been on one together in a while. Leroy and Wes is just from this most recent one.
Leroy hates him now, but you know what? Wes rubs people the wrong way.
Sure. I've always loved Wes.
I feel like when you fight with somebody on the game with something that isn't about the game, then those grudges stick.
Well, I don't know how you couldn't love Wes. He's a god.
Oh wait.
That was from
Ginger
the
God.
first Rivals. All right, so then we get to the challenge. It's a girls' challenge, and it was called Color Correction. This one looked fun.
Simon.
No, it didn't. It was way too intense. I would have forgot. I'd have been like, I would have just told my partner, you know what?
Did I understand it right? Like they each had to kind of memorize 6 colors.
No, they didn't have to.
No, there was 12.
But you could split it up. Like that's what they were trying to do. Okay.
Well, there was 12 for the first round. If you remember, I think the second round was 17.
Was it?
It looked like the number was 17 from what I remember on the screen. So
it was going on.
It was just a lot of colors.
Yeah. Plus it's hot.
You never played that when you were a kid?
I mean, okay, I had a couple tries on it, but it's just hard, you know?
It's kind of like Bop It. You guys remember Bop It?
Yeah, Bop It. Yeah.
No, it's literally that game.
It's Simon.
It's Simon. I know it's Simon, but the same concept. Bop It, push it, flick it, all that other.
You have to have kind of a photographic memory for things like that, or you have to be able to do it quickly.
And isn't Paula really good at memory stuff normally?
Puzzles, I think.
Puzzles? Isn't that
Paul is supposedly good at puzzles, or she says, but she's also good at creating madness in her head and fucking.
When she was like shaking, she was like shaking in the hut.
You know who would have been good at this? Sarah Rice.
Yes.
Sarah would have been real good at this.
Sarah would be like this. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Runs back.
Yeah, she would have killed it.
I was surprised with how bad Diem was at this. I mean, Diem can blame Anissa all she wants, and she was like, Anissa, stop talking. And yes, it is annoying when the other person keeps saying the colors, but Diem, you really messed up your team here.
They felt the heat, though, because it was a final. They felt
And Diem, you could tell Diem was just stressed.
She was like, no one can carry me. No one can carry me. No, girl, it's all you this time.
So do you blame it on Diem? Because Anissa said, I know the colors. Like, let's just go.
Let's go. I blame it on Diem. Totally.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, in the last one, I mean, if you look at it, Cook trusted Cara Maria.
Right.
She was like, I don't really remember the colors, but she says she did. I'm going to trust my partner.
Yeah, Kara's good at that, too, I feel like. Those
I did think she was a good puzzle person.
I mean, I blame it on Diem, but at the same time, like, how is she to trust Anissa? And if they got to the end and Anissa messed it up, then I would have blamed it on Anissa. So, you know,
well,
it's
hard. You take that leap or you don't take the leap, you feel me?
Right, but also when you're the last person over at when everyone else has made it to the damn finish line and you the damn last person, you need to just calm down and chill and follow your damn teammate.
Yeah, and leave. I guess so.
Who's buzzing?
I'm sorry, guys. Calm down.
You're just blowing up.
Maybe it's not
I'm getting Stump the Steamer question.
I was just giving you the look.
It's a Stump the Steamer question.
I know. He's giving me the look like.
All right. So Anissa and Diem going to the jungle.
Yeah.
How'd you guys feel about that? I enjoyed it, actually. I'm not even gonna lie.
You enjoyed that they lost?
I enjoyed that Diem got finally put into a jungle because it's just like you fought so hard for Cara Maria and Cook to go to the jungles all those times. It's like...
And that's what I actually liked, the fact that Cara Maria and Cook made the finals more than I liked Diem and them going to the jump. You know what I'm saying? I like that.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, it's just as equal.
Yeah.
Mark, I don't know how you feel when you go on the shows, but for me, like, I always enjoy when people finally pay their dues in an elimination round. Like, I've only been on 2 challenges. Obviously, I've faced 2 elimination rounds, but I feel like that's where you earn your stripes. That's where I feel like you earn your reason to be there. Like, you can win the challenges like Paul and Emily have done, and that's great, but a lot of times these teams are getting by just slipping on politics, and I hate that.
Well,
nowadays, it's like, you see like someone like even like a Johnny or a CT, they can just coast through these challenges because they have numbers, and it's always like, let's throw in the rookies first.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
I understand it, but I don't like it, and I don't feel right when I don't go into an elimination round.
We did one challenge. It was Battle of the Sexes 1, where it was a point system. So you earned points for how you performed each day, and it was a scoreboard. You could look up and be like, oh wow, I'm in first place.
That's legit. That's legit. See, I'm not familiar with that, but I would like something.
And the guys would vote off the bottom person, and the girls were all fucking all over the place. It was so awesome. The girls would like vote off the 4th person. We're like, what are you guys doing? Like, what are you doing?
It's kind of set up for you. So then round 2, we got Paula, Emily versus Cara Maria and Cook.
Yeah, it was pretty easy, it seems.
You were into that?
Oh, really?
First one.
Yeah.
You won what challenge?
I said I won that challenge, by the way. I just threw that in there. I just won that one. Most points, you know. I don't even touch it.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Plug and play.
He's winning.
We're so proud of you.
How'd you guys feel about CT screaming and cheering on for Cook and Cara Maria?
Oh, Diem was getting so irritated. She's low-key really jealous.
What you guys don't know that CT and Cara are actually pretty cool off the challenge.
And they're
both from Boston.
Yeah.
They're both from Boston. So when we were actually filming this in Thailand, that's when the Boston Marathon attack happened, and we got word from that like via production as we were waking up that day. Keep in mind it's a 12-hour time difference. So when the Boston Marathon attack happened, we were all sleeping in Thailand. We all woke up to the news. There's a couple people in Boston at CT and Cara. Zach moved out there with Ashley Feldman from Real World New Orleans. So you have all these Boston kids in the house who are like freaking out. And Cara and CT, especially around that time, you know, they get close because it's that Boston camaraderie. So good for them. But this is what I'm trying to just let you guys know is that, you know, people who don't watch the show or know outside of the show that these people are cool with each other. You know, everybody knows CT and Diem because of the shows, but CT and Cara Maria are actually pretty cool. They do appearances together.
Yeah,
they
bar stuff in Boston.
Exactly. So it's not that far-fetched to see them together.
But Cook and CT had
a
little
flirtation, yeah.
Right, and there's that. So.
Was that? Well, tell us about that. Was that a little deeper in the house than what they showed?
It's so hard to read because CT did this with so many different girls in the house. Obviously, the first one you guys saw was Anastasia, right? So the Anastasia thing was happening.
That was an interesting situation.
Then he would always kind of flirt with Cook. Cook was definitely one of the ones that he would definitely get in on. And then there was someone else in that girls' room, and I can't remember right off the top of my head right now. But there was definitely a third one. So he's been going around for sure.
All right, same thing.
He's gonna come in here and try to give us Roxy.
Why do you guys always say that to me?
Roxy.
You guys have that Boston connection.
Boston strong, baby.
So Camilla overhears Diem telling Johnny to put Camilla in. And, of course, Camilla...
Johnny could have waited a hot second before he said that. Like, you didn't have to be standing right there.
So I assume you want me to.
Yeah, I mean, he could have asked at a different time. But in all fairness, I do think he should have asked. But at that moment, it wasn't the right moment.
How interesting is it that CT and Johnny kind of switched places with exes?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you think Johnny might have did that as a little uppercut to CT? Not that CT even cares, but...
No, I think it was more of a cut to Camilla.
Really?
Yeah, I think he just sick of Camilla's shit. Like, they got in that huge fight, and also he says he's close with Diem, so...
Okay, here's another thing that really irritated me in the episode. Diem says Cook and Cara Maria shouldn't be in the finals. We should. Bitch,
no,
why?
Girl.
Yeah, why?
We worked harder than any team.
We worked harder than any team to be here.
I don't agree with that.
Really?
You worked harder to manipulate everybody.
I really do feel like Cook and Cara Maria have worked harder than any team.
Diem, at least his political stance was better than Cara Maria than Cook's.
And that Cook and Cara Maria have competed more than any of the other girls in the house.
It's always good. You know, it's always good, and you know this, Trey. It's always good when you see those people that are thrown in the jungle or the whatever, the elimination rounds that have like just suffered and thrown in and in, they win and they make it to the finals. It's always good to see that.
Absolutely.
I love that.
I love that
really
too,
good
man.
day.
I'm definitely offered like the fairness.
That's what
I feel
Marlon
like we
was
don't get
saying.
enough of that.
They were the underdog of the season.
I love Marlon's face.
So as Diem is irritated walking around in her deliberation dress.
She was looking scary, yeah.
No, not yet. That wasn't
Can
time
we get
yet.
to her?
Diem's mad, says, I'm really upset with CT and Wes haven't asked me yet.
Yeah.
Is that something to really get irritated about in the house?
How dare they? How dare? I don't know. I mean, here's the thing, though. In the game,
Like, are you guys tied that loyally? If you went in and you didn't ask Diem, Mark.
No. Not at all.
Is it like?
I mean, even like no, because I mean, I've been on the other side of that. I mean, Diem, who I've been super close with and friends with, just because she had a problem with Robin, threw Robin and I in. It was like I was like, well, Diem, I've known you forever. How dare you?
right.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. So like, no, she's just grasping for straws at that point.
What was the thing with Diem? And she's like, oh, I wanted to go in against the strongest team. If it was Cara Marie and Cook. That was some backtracking bullshit.
Yeah.
That was
was
like talking out of her ass.
Yeah.
This was not a good episode for Diem.
No,
PR.
she was like, for real. Like, PR had to get on that. She was looking
They're
crazy.
like, start tweeting.
She was looking like all those Instagrams.
That's why they probably hit up MTV like, can she do the after show after this episode?
Yeah. Absolutely. I
Well,
mean,
we all get bad episodes, so
Of
I think
course.
it's almost time that Diem may have been due for one.
Yeah, she was
Might have been
definitely due for one.
This one really should have been Dimnesia or whatever.
Oh, last week's title.
she's
Dimnesia.
the challenge princess. Like, everybody loves her. She can do no wrong, and clearly she can do wrong. So whether this is actually who she is, or the other person is actually who she is, or whether she's a combination of both, it's nice to see a little bit of a flaw.
People are
Trust
letting
me,
her
she
have
knows
it.
exactly what she's doing.
Absolutely.
Well,
and she'll tell you that. She'll tell you that, especially now that the show's over. She'll tell you that. And I'm kind of like
Well,
with Mark.
I really don't think she was like helping the looks that she
Well,
was
she
doing
wasn't.
tonight.
She
Like,
wasn't.
that
But
was
I'm with
pretty
Mark. You know what I
intense.
mean? Like, I'm friends with Diem outside of the show. I love Diem. She's one of my favorite people to do this. But her snide remarks tonight, her facial expressions, like
Oh,
it was
she had a
just,
little wine and started doing the
wine.
warpath.
And then the music that they add to it. Of course, the music is
Yeah.
always going to spice it up and make it look worse than it is.
She's
Just all
peacocking
that
around.
combined.
Oh, yeah, I
No,
was
honestly,
like-
even if there was no music, it would have looked like a silent horror film.
Yeah, like
Diem was looking. Honestly, Diem, you really proved that you really were manipulating this entire game because
It
now
all
it
was
all
crashing
backfired
down.
you, and you really didn't know how to handle it. Girl, you walking around like
She was like a
just
little
walking into doors like.
Yeah.
As CT said to her, all you had to do was not lose, which is more difficult than it seems, obviously, but that was her whole game the entire time. That was how she played. All she had to do was not lose. Nobody was ever going to throw her in. All she had to do was not lose.
Well, you saw this earlier in the season as well. She said that she even admitted a couple episodes ago that she could politic better than anybody in the house.
Right.
She said that when Cara was coming to me and Zach looking for votes and stuff like, please don't vote us in. Do the right thing. Like, I would say 9 times out of 10, it's always the girls that are trying to beg for votes. You don't really see guys too often that are going around like, please don't vote for me. Like, Mark and I talked about this in the viewing room earlier, and Mark and I had the same stance on this. I won't beg for votes. I didn't do it on Battle of the Seasons. I didn't do it this season, and I'll never do it if I ever do a future challenge. I just don't see where I would like lower myself
I think
as
that's
a
a pride
man.
thing,
it
yeah,
is.
for a man.
It is. And some
Like-
people put the pride aside
But then
for the
there's
money.
always that
But
one bitch that's like,
Yeah, and there's like some of those girls like the Diems and the Paulas, they just get so freaked out by elimination rounds. Where the guys, some of them are like, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Just we're going in, we're
True.
going in. But like they get so like wound up and
well, that's why I
lathered.
like Jemmy's attitude tonight. Jemmy and
she was
Camilla are
good.
like two raw chicks. Like, they don't care if they're going in. They really don't.
Camilla
Like,
always has the best attitude. She's like, I don't care. I've done this before. It's not a big deal. I'm gonna kick your ass.
right.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
oh yeah.
And
she
it was, and that's what her problem was with Diem. It was just like,
Quit. Yeah.
stop going around saying that you don't want to go against them because it is kind of a slap to
It's a low blow.
Jemmy's face, and Camilla's face.
Right.
Like,
They're like saying, so you think you're gonna beat us? Basically,
Right.
is what you're saying.
all right, bitch. Well, I'm not the one crying about going in.
if I
But then
was-
again, it's like, come on now, like, yes, if Emily and Paula were going in, you're done. Like, I'm sorry. Like, at the end of the fucking day.
If I was Diem, I would have gone.
Hey, they were
Okay,
listening for
But then
straws.
she should have never said, "I want to go against the toughest team."
Right. She should have never said that.
She was against a rock and a hard place.
If I was Diem, I would have gone
really
up to
was.
Camilla. I would have gone up to Camilla and said, "Listen, Camilla, I'm letting you know that I don't think I can beat you. I'm not sitting here saying that. I just think size-wise and based on what the competition is that I think it's going to be, I think there's no way in hell I have a better chance at you. So I'm not campaigning for you guys to go in. I'm campaigning for Emily and Paula not to go in.
You know what I would have said to her?
So unfortunately, you're the only team left.
I would have said, okay, let's just put your shoes in my position. Okay, your feet in my shoes, whatever that shit is called. Okay. Would you want to go against Paula and Emily? Like,
But they probably feel like what you're saying is they would have been like, I don't care who I go against. We will fight and we'll go against them.
Everybody should just understand. I would not want to go against them. I'm sorry.
I can appreciate the honesty, but what you're doing is you're basically admitting that you're going to lose. Is that, you know what I mean?
Don't put me against them. Please. Have you seen her traps?
What did she say? What did she say to CT in the bedroom?
On her stomach.
When CT walked up to her, or when she finally got CT in the bedroom, yeah, she said, let me bust out my coach's
Handy dandy notebook.
Yeah,
Give me a play, bro. Give me a play.
Diem basically admits that she's going to lose to Emily and Paula when she says, well, when you voted Emily and Paula in, or whatever, you're basically saying, bye, Diem.
Bye, Diem. Yeah, that's what
and I was like, so why are you admitting that you're already defeated before the jungle even happens?
Right.
Especially now that we know that this next jungle is going to be the one where they hang upside down and cut a rope. Like, granted, Emily and Paula have dominated this entire season, but anybody can win a rope cutting challenge.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know. I think that's height.
What?
I think that a lot of that has to do with height.
It does a little bit, but you saw Cook and Cara Maria beat Anastasia and Jessica, and Anastasia's taller than all of those girls. So.
And I actually think production set that last jungle up like that to kind of make it even and fair.
Okay.
It wasn't like punching through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But that's
absolutely.
great though. That's
sure.
great.
It's like the blindfolded stick thing again, man. It's the same concept.
God, that was
You two over there, pipe down.
I can't. All I can do is picture Emily just being like breaking the rope in half, just one bite.
It's just like, it would have been done.
All right, so then Frank gets involved and starts telling Diem, don't you notice that the only time CT flirts or kisses you is right before a guy's elimination? Which probably is true, and bitch, if he's been doing that this whole entire time and you haven't caught on to it.
Genius.
I like Frank with the statistics. He didn't appear much in this episode, but he had the kissing statistics. And
He had a clock team.
That's clocking to. That is probably something that he would notice.
What's the deal with Frank and Diem in the house? I feel like they kind of have a friendship that we keep seeing the two of them talking to each other.
Who's that, Frank and Diem?
No, but they do have a friendship.
They're close?
I mean, he's said that off camera that they're friends.
Not that I noticed. It's a normal relationship that I think we all have with Diem. I don't know many people. I mean, aside from like Cook and people like that don't like her, I feel like we all have that connection.
No,
with her,
but I think Frank is smart enough to know, okay, she's a good chess piece to keep on my team.
Frank does that with everybody. He'll tell you whether you're a rook, you're a pawn, you're a knight. You know what I mean? Like on his game of chess, each person has a role, and I don't know what Diem is to him, but she's a little bit higher up there. Yeah, she's a bishop.
She's a bishop.
She's a bishop.
Stupid
because
bishop.
Emily's the queen. She's that one pawn piece that can do anything on the board.
The king.
Boom.
Okay, so had Cook and Cara Maria lost and they went into the jungle, who do you think would have been voted in out of the three other teams?
Cook and Cara Maria.
No, had they lost, had they been a losing team and automatically gone?
Then
who would have won? Who would have won then?
I don't know.
I mean, Emily
this
and Paula
hypothetical isn't working out very well.
It would have been Jemmy and Camilla that would have won against her. It would have been really
probably
boring.
still, yeah.
But another argument that I made, had Cook and Cara Maria gone into an elimination round,
with Diem,
statistics show Cook and Cara Maria are coming back. Like I don't know how many they've been in, 3, 4 this season, and they keep coming back. So
they've already done the cutting thing.
Absolutely.
So
I can't believe the votes went down like that. That was great.
I know.
It was very, very dramatic.
Do you think they would have done the same jungle if Cook and Cara Maria got sent in?
Against no, I don't.
The same game.
Because they've already cut.
I don't think so.
What are the other options? The treadmill balls that they just used like 2 episodes ago. The treadmill and the balls.
The electrocution one.
The electrocution one, which was a hoax.
Okay.
I don't know. They're not doing any of the guys' challenges because the girls have separate challenges.
What did you guys think about Jordan and Marlon voting in, not voting in Paul and Emily?
I thought it was everything.
Yeah, I thought that was cool, their reasoning. I thought that was pretty
You
legit.
and I said, because you said, oh, that's one way to look at it. He did kind of have a reasoning, saying he thought Paul and them, since they won 85% of the challenge, they earned their spot, which, I guess is
how
one way
Jordan
to look
of
at it.
him.
I don't know if I actually agreed with that, though. Like, that's where everybody has their own interpretation and opinion
There's
of how
two
they're going
ways
to
to
vote.
go with that.
There's two ways to go with it. You can either say, well, Emily and Paula deserve the right to be here because they've won a lot, or you can look at it like, no, they've never proven themselves in an elimination round, though. Like, they've won these challenges, and some of which are really stupid challenges. I mean, some of the challenges that we do are dumb.
69 in the sand, holding us.
It's catered to them. You know what I mean? And you could argue it was catered to Zach and I as well. But again, some of these challenges, it was just kind of like gimmies. So did they win 80 to 85% of them? Yeah, but were half of them probably given to them? I would argue that too. There was no other team aside from Cook and Cara and Maria that really balanced them out like that.
So they get voted in, Jimmy and Camilla.
I just hate how we watch with the subtitles on, and then we see that it says Cook and Cara, Maria, and Jemmy are going. No, Jemmy and Camilla are going in before there's like this big dramatic pause.
Can we talk about Paula having a meltdown a little bit when she was begging Jordan and Marlon,
crying,
like
tears,
Girls playing the game. I mean, that's not how I don't think I would play the game that way.
That would make me want to put you in.
Yeah,
right.
That was her strategy.
Oh, you are acting really crazy.
Right. I mean, you got to see who you're addressing is how you should play your game, and clearly it worked, whatever she did. But what I would have gone if I'm going to Jordan and Marlon, I know what fierce competitor Jordan is, Marlon as well. I would have said, listen, I deserve to be here. I wouldn't have cried about it. I would have said the exact reason why he did keep her.
Do the math.
Yeah, do the math.
She should have said, listen, I will give you a blowjob if you keep me tonight.
And you can ask for my resume and my recommendations on the blowjob. And
that's what Diem should have done with CT. I mean, she should have just,
I don't think anybody should have done any of that. But
all right,
so it's called prostitution.
That's right.
To win money.
That's right.
So Diem got upset though because she had to hear from Jemmy's mouth that CT fucks every girl in the house, and you still chase him. Girl, how many people tell Diem this? How many people have told her this?
It wasn't
season?
a surprise.
I don't know. I still feel bad, kind of, because like, do you ever have that one person that you can't get out of your head, and like, no matter how many times they burn you, it's just like you keep going back.
No,
you guys are like, nope, we don't
know that. Tell us about it.
But listen, the house for this one was really small.
Breakup.
Like the one we had in Turkey, was huge. Like that was a mansion. The place that we lived in Thailand was the back of an art gallery, and it was just a straight line. Like the bedrooms, it was like 1, 2, 3.
Windows, right?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and then the living room, and then 1, 2, 3, and you could walk past everybody's. Remember when Leroy and Teresa were trying to hook up, and they tried putting up the blankets because there was no privacy. So for me, when I'm sitting there and Diem is being told, hey, CT's chasing all these girls around, she doesn't even have to be told that because you see it. We all see it. We all walk past the same common areas. We all look in the bedrooms because we can see everything that's going on. So she knew. She's not stupid.
I just don't think she likes to hear it from other girls.
Maybe that's
especially in the heat of a fight, I guess.
Especially from a girl she doesn't like.
The dagger.
Like, I still think she looked cry. I'm not saying she didn't, but I do kind of feel bad.
Okay, and then she goes on to say, well, wait, before we get into that. Then she comes back out after Anissa has put her away. She comes back out with crazy eyes and decides to start a fight with Cook.
Yeah. I don't like you.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Jealousy.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Jealousy is a disease, and you're looking sick, Cook.
And especially because Cook is just so kick-ass, in my opinion. Yeah. She's just awesome, or at least she's shown to be awesome. So.
And she didn't even get up and get in her face or anything. She's just laying there like...
She's like, I don't care.
And now I'm funny. And now I'm this,
And that made people love Cook
moment.
even more and dislike Diem a little bit more this episode, at least.
And so then Diem tried to do the PR, and she said, I just feel used and manipulated by CT.
Cue the music.
And
I mean, used and manipulated. It's like, girl, you know better. How many seasons do we have to go through this?
That's like dialogue from a dramatic scripted series.
But when she says to him, you played a great game, CT.
Yeah, that's great. I love it.
Yeah.
You couldn't write that. You can't write that shit.
You can't write that shit.
Whatever.
You played a great game.
And what about when she says to Anissa, I couldn't have asked for a better partner? I wasn't expecting
we
that.
all say that at the end. I say the same thing to Zach. I guarantee you Jordan said it to Marlon. You know what I mean? Like, it's just...
Really?
Yeah, everybody says that to everybody.
Knight and Preston, they were not saying
Probably
that.
not so much. Knight is not saying that, but virtually every team is going to say that.
That was good, and that kept on progressing. They're obviously going to say that. Thank God for you.
Love you, bro.
So as she confronts CT at the end, he says he doesn't want to deal with it anymore, and he keeps saying you don't have control over me.
And you can't get what you want. You can't
I mean,
get what
do you
want.
ever have you ever looked at it like Diem has control over him?
But here's what CT is sour, I think, about, because he's always said that when they had the relationship, she's the one that kind of made the dirty move that kind of went south, and he's kind of always held that, I think, against her. And so
what do you mean the dirty move though?
Because like there was some things at the end where like personal stuff I don't want to air out, but like just stuff that like I think she could have handled a little better in his eyes that she didn't. So I think by him going against what she wanted was that him gaining a little control back that he thought he'd lost from the past somewhat. So maybe that's it. I don't know.
That makes sense.
All right.
I agree.
And so it was to be continued.
Yeah. Who do you think, guys?
I mean, it's gonna be Anissa Diem versus Camilla Jemmy.
I mean, Camilla and Jemmy are just in a way better mindset right now.
Yep.
Their heads in the game, and Anissa and Diem's, or Anissa's is actually, but I don't think Diem's is.
The thing that is so like 50-50 for me is the actual elimination itself. It's kind of weird. Like there's a saw and there's rope and
It's like a baby.
And you're only supposed to use one hand as well.
Yeah,
so it's
like
the whole
is that
thing.
part of it?
You're not supposed to
Last time.
grab and hold on to the rope and saw at the same time. You're only supposed to saw.
That's like an
so
X
it's
factor.
just it's just a mess.
So I mean I don't know. I feel like karma, the challenge karma gods will like not let Diem and Anissa move on, but you never know.
I kind of think that's what's going to happen. You know what? I guess, we're going to do predictions, but I'm going to need Mark and Trey to go prepare for the twerk competition.
I forgot!
Oh, shit, I got to stretch.
Hold on.
Oh, stretch it out, Coach.
Just go over in the corner. We're going to do predictions, and then we'll call you guys back out and start the twerk competition.
Right,
Can you get by me?
So on that note, Steven, let's head to predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz.
Steamer didn't want to call in tonight because he only likes the competitions. He hates the drama shit.
He's on the line right now.
Oh, Steamer!
What's up, guys?
Steamer!
All right, so we're going to do a Stump the Steamer question while Mark and Trey stretch over in the corner.
I love it.
All right, Steamer, what did you think of the episode?
Steamer, what? We
It was
haven't
all
heard.
right, but I hate the tease at the end. Past few seasons they've done it, and it just aggravates me. I just want to see who gets into the final, and let's move on next week. But
Yeah, I knew you were going to be pissed that you didn't see the full competition. What are you thinking about the
just screw it over.
CT-DM thing? I know we've talked about it a lot, but what are you thinking about that whole situation?
All right,
I'm over it, like pretty much everybody else at this point, but they keep airing it out.
Yeah, I feel you.
Dull, old bullshit at this point.
Some bullshit.
All right, Steamer, are you ready?
Yeah.
Start the Steamer! All right, now we had a couple questions come in, but Andrew Kirk, who stumped you once, didn't stump you last week. Oh, he did stump you twice. He wants to go thirds of the charm. All right?
Are you scared,
All right.
Steamer?
Yeah, I am actually.
I love it.
Okay, wait a
What's the
minute.
question? I want to guess.
All right, ready? On this season, what color was worn by 4 teams, and who wears that color?
Well, I know that.
Oh, I'm done. You know what? I almost thought this was a effed up question, but now that Trey already knows the answer.
What's the answer?
I'm going to read it again. On this season, what color was worn by 4 teams?
Could it be like a shade of a different color?
Actually, I'm going to tell you the names of the people. You just got to tell me what color it was. How about that? The teams are Johnny Frank, Emily Paula, Marlon Jordan, Nani Janedy.
It's blue, but I wouldn't have gotten that.
Well, you just did. You just dark blue.
I don't do colors, so I would have sucked at the competition on this one.
All right, well, you got 50% on that one, Steamer.
Blue and like a turquoise blue.
All right, on that note, we're going to start the twerk competition. Guys, you guys can come right out here.
They can't hear our music. How do we get in the studio? Okay, you can buy my house.
Clap it up, clap it up, it's a celebration. Shout it laying on the money, man. I think she played. Kind of girl, black Puerto Rican, Asian.
All right, ready? No, you know how to twerk.
Back it up, back it up, turn around, love to see you. Back it up, shout it bounce it in the club, NBA. 5, 1, 2, 6, shout it bang. Hey, shorty got ass like a motherfucker. If she throw it at me, I'ma hit the motherfucker. I got hands, but my plans is to never come from those. Stop twerking, just working out this motherfucker. I'ma grab the ring, second leg. I ain't never seen it twerk like that.
got Sensei going up in the building. Everyone put their hands. All right, I don't know what Trey's doing.
Oh my God.
And that concludes the chili competition.
Do I need to wipe this down?
Jess, I am mad we didn't use my favorite song.
Oh, Phil's favorite song. I didn't know you guys if you had it queued up or not.
That shit got real fast.
I'm out of breath.
All right, so
More of a workout than any challenge.
I'm not prepared
does
for a
Trey
challenge.
make the twerk
Okay,
team?
so this is the thing.
All right.
Oh, I'm bad.
The fact that you used all your body was everything, and you can definitely be on the twerk team with us.
Team twerk. Team twerk.
And you
Team
get extra
twerk.
points for
Team
licking
twerk.
this.
Yeah, you did. The Miley Cyrus
the one
move.
leg up.
Yes, you did that.
That was everything. All right, guys, we want to thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit us up here every single week. You guys can follow us at AfterBuzz TV on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Make sure you guys keep the conversation going with us online. You can follow me at DJ Jesse J.
At Sensei_DRC.
At Roxy Striar.
At the Mark Long.
At MTV Trey.
Till next week, same time, same place. Keep twerking.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Also, make sure you guys follow at The Steamer on Twitter. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.